this is Kristen Cheetah, and this is the Mom Minute for this week. And I am once again in my car. I just think this is where it's going to happen because for whatever reason, I'm driving and I get some ideas and some thoughts and I think, okay, that's what I'm going to share today. So I'm sitting in a beautiful park and just enjoying the sun and just some time with the Lord. And so what I really want to talk about today in this very short time is what are you putting in your foundation? And I want to just ask you that question for your personal life, but also in your marriage and in your family. And very quickly, if you know my story at all, or my story with my husband, Greg and I did it all the wrong way. So we had no foundation, and in fact, we were like the upside down triangle where we were supposed to have a good base and then build on that and, kind of make our sides come up. We were the opposite. So our triangle was like, we were on a tippy, no foundation. We jumped it way ahead into bed way too soon, and we did everything backwards. So everything you were supposed to do, we did the opposite. And so when we got married, we didn't have a foundation, and it was years and years of having to lay a foundation to build on, because we had nothing to build on. So what did it look like for us? So it was hard years of laying foundation and pulling up bad things that had been planted in both of our hearts and putting in the things that we knew God wanted in our hearts. And I have to say, without that firm foundation, our whole marriage and family would have crumbled. And even driving over to this park, I was just thanking the Lord. On the radio, I was just listening to the radio, and they were talking about step families and blended families, and by the grace of God Almighty, that is not our portion, that we were able to build a foundation so that we could have a strong place for our kids to land and grow. But I understand that is not everyone's story. And so as you are in your marriage, and as you are just even pursuing a relationship with God, and as you're raising your children, I want you to think about, what is it that you're putting in your foundation? What are you and your husband? What has been the foundation laid? What are you building upon? And how is that bringing strength to your family, to your kids? We know that the husband and wife relationship is the most important relationship. It gives security to our children. It provides stability. It helps them know they're safe. And from where Greg and I came, and I was pregnant when we got married, so we had a family right away. We had to, it was like we had to reboot the system and really start over. Well, yeah, we started over because we had nothing. We had nothing. So we wanted to do things, slowly, because we wanted to be steadfast in it and grow the right things in the soil of our hearts and even in our marriage. So that's my encouragement to you today, that what's in your foundation? What are you and your husband building in a foundation that's going to lay a foundation? And then what are you building for your family? I will probably talk more about that as time goes on. And if you want to connect with me, KristenCheetah.com is my website. If you need prayer for your marriage, there's a place just for info there. Just go ahead and send me an email, and I would love to add you. I've got 95 couples that I pray for on a weekly basis. It's called #Marriage Monday, and I usually post something on Mondays on my Facebook page as well as I'm praying for marriages. So if you need that encouragement and you want to know that there's somebody standing with you in your marriage, just go ahead and connect with me, KristenCheetah.com. All right, have a great week. I will talk with you next week.